Hello again, my name's John. I'm a retired chef from the northeast of England in the UK, and welcome to another one of my recipes. And as promised, in this second part of my apple pie video, I'll be making the egg and vanilla custard that was used in part 1. It's very easy and fairly quick to make. The only difference to the conventional recipe is that I use my own homemade vanilla extract instead of the usual extremely expensive vanilla pod. Right, I'll start the recipe by separating 5 egg yolks. They'll separate a lot easier if your eggs are at room temperature and as fresh as possible. Once the eggs have been separated, you can start to heat up the milk and cream on a low to medium heat. First in the saucepan is the 300 ml of milk. You can use whole milk or semi-skimmed milk. You may know that as full or half fat milk. And next is the same amount of double or heavy cream. And finally the 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. There'll be a link in the description box if you want to see how I make this extract. Okay, as that's slowly heating up, I can get on with mixing the eggs and sugar. Try to work as close as possible to the pan, just in case that milk decides to go over the top. Now add the 70 grams, that's 2.5 ounces of sugar, to the eggs and give them a good beat with a whisk until the colour turns a pale yellow. It takes about a minute of mixing for the sugar to dissolve properly. You can use an electric hand mixer if you wish. Once that's mixed, add a half teaspoon of corn flour. You may know that as corn starch. This is just a little extra insurance that the custard will thicken, and mix that in for a few seconds. Right, back to the saucepan. Now I need to add the egg mixture to the hot milk, but if you added the eggs and sugar straight into the pan, you'll end up with scrambled eggs. So once the milk reaches a simmer, take a ladle and just add a couple of scoops of milk to the egg mixture to prime them, and then it's safe to add the egg mixture to the hot milk. Once the egg mixture is safely in the saucepan, give it a stir and slowly bring it back to a simmer, stirring continuously. Don't be tempted to turn up the heat or the bottom will burn and ruin all your hard work. Once it thickens, turn off the heat. If you're on an electric hob, remove it from the ring altogether. A good way of testing if it's done is to run your finger across the side of a spatula like so. If it stays apart like mine, then it's ready to serve. And I call this the Moses test. Parting the Red Sea? No? And if you haven't seen me making this apple pie in part 1 of this project, please check it out. I'll leave a link in the description box below. And that's all there is to making egg custard using vanilla extract instead of the traditional expensive vanilla pod. And to be honest, there's very little difference in my opinion, apart from this way it's definitely cheaper and a more realistic option. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this 2-part apple pie and vanilla custard recipe, which should easily serve 6 to 8 adults. And there's nothing else left to say really, apart from this one definitely gets a second thumbs up. Well, thank you again for watching. Please like, share, comment and subscribe by hitting the circle above. If you do subscribe, activate the bell icon next to the subscribe button on my channel page. And by doing that, you'll be automatically notified every time I upload a new video. And in the meantime, here's a few of my other videos and playlists that you may want to watch. So, until the next time, be safe in the kitchen and bye for now.